Well, we're alive, but at what
Woohoo.
cost?
We're about to find out.
Hello, and welcome to... I almost called it Hit in Abyss. Nope, wrong game. Tactics Season 3, Episode 2. Tonight's session is called Tower Bridge. I am Crash. I will be your DM for the evening, and tonight I am joined by a bunch of fantastic people. Let's start with the ones who are in a relatively safe location right now. Chris, Chris, who are you playing, and what were they doing at the end of the last session?
I'm playing Dax. He's and I may have passed out because I don't remember actually.
Well, you're playing a kobold cleric who was trying to get the party to hop onto your flying carpet in order to ferry them across a chasm that was about
was
100 feet
right.
deep. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Io?
Hi, I'm playing Chroma, a kobold artificer, and I think, well, I sort of forget the last thing she was doing, but I think she was on the carpet.
That makes sense. We hadn't necessarily established who was hopping on the carpet specifically because someone else established they were doing something else. And that was funnier. And we also, yeah, because when you're doing D&D, there's the rules in the book. There's the rule of cool, which technically is also in the book. It's the first rule in the book. And I insist that there is an additional rule, a rule of, no, this is funnier.
This rule is mostly applied by, well, I was going to say Daldane, but Ellie's not playing Daldane right now.
No, but I will say it's the rule of Ellie because she's the one who coined it.
She does it well.
Yeah, so Jen, who are you playing?
I am playing Zax, a female kobold barbarian who is not so thrilled with non-kobolds in general. And she was on the carpet at the time, I would assume.
Okay, you cut out a little bit there, but I think.
Oh,
you said
I would
that you were
assume
getting
that
on the
she.
carpet.
Sorry, what?
I assume
Yes, she's getting on the carpet.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and skipping ahead to Cindy. Cindy, who are you playing?
I'm playing Zenosha, a cleric kobold, kind of obsessed with mushrooms and most of the things that grow from spores.
And last week you got spores to the face, which canonically is going to be why you had the thing happening that you already wanted to happen, but you want mushrooms growing off of your nose.
Yes, I plan the mushroom to get bigger as she levels up.
That's such a cool idea. That's so cool.
I can see it now. Zenosha's level 20, and there's a full myconid that's growing off of her face. Actually, that's a horrible
Fungus
idea.
ally.
The myconids are larger than kobolds, so
would
that
be
just
difficult.
increase your movement speed? No, they got this. I'll just tag along. Don't sit down! And last, but certainly not least, we have someone who's doing something slightly different from everyone else. We have Ellie. Ellie, who's your character, and what did they do right at the end of the last session?
I'm playing Daldane, and
If you're playing Daldane, this session's going to end very fast.
Real quick.
See, a level 19 character in an adventure built for level 5s.
Daldane doesn't cast Meteor Swarm on the unicorn.
Problem solved.
No.
I'm playing Neri, level 1 Kobold Ranger, and I have just used my Cloak of the Bat to fly through the crumbling tower that was supposed to serve as a bridge, but we didn't think it was stable enough, and have come face to face with an angry unicorn.
An angry traditional unicorn, I'm sure. White fur, majestic horns, sparkly rainbows, and butterflies everywhere. I take that pause to mean no. Oh my gosh, that expression on the unicorn right at the end. I don't know what's up with that.
Yep.
It goes from, okay, well, rather simple drawing, but all right, to, oh my gosh, they animated a hand puppet.
That looks like Gravity Falls.
That's just concerning. I don't know if I like that. But in any case, I appreciate the little wings on the hooves there. Nice touch there. Nice touch. And I'll be playing everyone else because as a DM, that's what I do. So we are going to cut to the main party. And by main, I mean most people are in this group. Because why end in a cliffhanger and then start up again on the cliffhanger? No. We're going to cut to people who are not concerned.
Funnier.
Right.
Yep, exactly. So everyone's hopping on the flying carpet, and Lieutenant Commander Hollins, I got his name wrong, and I'm the one who made him. Lieutenant Commander Hollins who is an anthropomorphic hippo who refers to his species as the Giff, not the Giff, but the Giff.
And Giff.
You totally cut out there except for the first and last syllable.
And definitely not the Giff.
Well, he is attempting to also climb on the flying carpet because he sees all of you are doing it too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, I'm getting off.
Oh dear.
Well, are we not hopping on this flying contraption of yours to make it across the chasm?
We've kind of established the carpet can't hold all of us, so it's either the kobolds go or you go.
Right. Well, in that case,
I take the kobolds first.
This is an excellent strategy. We will divide and conquer. You fly and take the high ground, then the fight will be over, but I shall do a frontal assault through this tower bridge.
Maybe don't do that. That bridge does not, in my experienced opinion, look structurally stable.
I'm okay with this plan.
I'm okay with this plan.
Nonsense!
I'm not okay with this plan.
I have encountered many ships that were less structurally sound than this. See, it is perfectly sound. And he smacks the side of the tower, and you see several bricks fall off.
Chroma tries to stand in the way.
And he what? Sorry,
he smacks the side of the tower in the same way that someone would smack the top of a car and say, "This bad boy can fit so many teenagers in," or whatever. And several bricks just sort of fall off the sides of the tower.
Yeah, you got this. You got this.
No.
Well, they fall off the side of the tower into the 100-foot chasm below.
All right, who's getting on the carpet?
I'm getting on the carpet. I don't think this guy's ever been. Never.
Yeah, if the hippo's not on it, I'm getting back on.
I'm going to try to keep him from running on the bridge.
Okay.
Good luck.
How are you going to attempt this?
I am... I'm sorry, I need a moment to look at what I have. I'm going to stand in the way and brandish my decanter of endless water.
Okay, that is a strategy that I can safely say the Lieutenant Commander has never seen done before.
The first mistake I made is going into the water. I'm an expert at wrestling large animals in the water.
That was so spot on.
I don't want to have to use this on you, but I cannot let you stand on this. This is not structurally sound at all.
Make an intimidation check.
I'm not proficient in that. Let me try.
You're a kobold that's 1/4 of his size, brandishing a decanter of endless water, trying to threaten him. So, not being proficient is...
That's a nat 20!
Wow.
You should probably roll in pack tactics, though.
Did you roll in water? Oh, you rolled in water deep. As I'm laughing, I'm looking for it. Did my chat scroll up so I'm not seeing the new stuff anymore?
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh, and Archbeth just made the connection about who Chroma is. Apparently.
Yeah.
I thought she already knew, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't subtle.
It wasn't subtle. This is true.
Yeah, it's like finding out that Monty was Zeely's dad.
Shocker.
You're not subtle. To be fair, ancient red dragons are not known for their subtlety.
True.
They're not proficient in it. They're proficient in burninating the countryside, which is a different thing. Okay. So with your nat 20, Lieutenant Commander looks at Chroma, and he looks at the decanter of endless water, and he looks at Chroma. I dare say I've not seen one of those used before in combat. You seem to have a tactical advantage.
That's right.
Very
do.
well. Well, I will... How do you propose I assist, then? I can't have you going off into combat all on your own.
Quick out of character question. Were we told that the unicorn was in the tower?
You were told that the unicorn was on a plateau that is on the other side of this 100-foot chasm, and the tower seems to be the only way for non-flying creatures to get across without a large number of batons and other climbing gear.
We could wait for them to bring the carpet back. I mean, it's a
Guard our rear. Make sure no one sneaks up on us from the cavern.
Oh, an excellent idea. Yes, I shall stay here and guard the rear. Yes, there might be more of those large tree mushroom creatures. Yes, I shall. If any of them come this way, I shall make use of my grenades.
Oh,
Oh
neat.
no.
Yes, it will have the additional benefit of alerting you of their presence, because let's just say the explosions are quite glorious, and most importantly, will do wonders for my morale.
All right.
I am less confident in everything.
I don't think he's ever been in battle. I don't know, but I don't think he's ever been in battle at all.
I'm pretty sure he made those titles up. I mean, have you ever heard of a lieutenant commander?
No,
Pretty sure he
but
was kicked in the face by a horse or something.
There is plenty of data about lieutenant commanders and their fine, solid history.
If that was a Star Trek pun, congrats.
It was.
Well, I'm confident in his grenades, whatever those are. I know they're
Chrome.
technological and they explode.
Chrome, I get on the carpet.
Okay.
Once she's on, I just fly us up.
Okay, so you leave the large hippo person behind with a grenade and a pistol.
Yep.
Okay, all right. And on that note, we're cutting over to a small bat that I believe my ruling on it, because I looked up the cloak of the bat specifically, and while it says that you can't use the cloak to fly unless you are in shadow, if you polymorph yourself, which is something you can do once per day with the cloak, and you do that in shadow, you polymorph yourself into a bat, there's nothing that says when the bat hits bright light, it suddenly stops being a bat. So you could totally fly out of the tower on the other side and just be a bat in the sunlight, facing off against this majestic animal, which looks like it's something that was spawned from the abyss. Because it's got a mane that twists and gnarls like it's made of tentacles. Its fur is black. Its eyes are glowing red. It snorted at you, and little tufts of flame came out of its nose.
I'm just going to fly straight up.
My little nightmare, my little nightmare.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm going to look around to see what the rest of the group is doing.
Okay, you see the rest of the group.
I'm waving.
It looks like they've just finished arguing with the lieutenant commander, and they are hopping on the flying carpet and coming your way.
Okay,
That's who I'm waving to.
I'm gonna fly around, hopefully out of range, until they make it to this side of the.
Okay.
And actually, I'm gonna try and stay just out of range.
You're going. Discord is being a pain right now. You're going to try.
I'm gonna
try
try
to
and
stay just out of
fly
range.
just out of range, so that I have its attention.
Okay, so you're flying around just out of range of this hell beast. Archbeth in chat is referring to it as a hellcorn.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Hard that it can't actually breathe fire in any significant at any significant distance.
Well, you've definitely gotten its attention, but it's just sort of watching you fly around.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with that.
It does that thing that sometimes NPCs will do in an MMO, where if you walk around them, they will just pivot to just keep looking at you specifically.
So it's targeted on the bat.
Kind of, sort of. But it has not been aggroed.
Well, I have a feeling a bunch of kobolds on a carpet are about to fix that problem.
Yep.
Okay. Now, are you flying straight across the chasm following the bridge, or are you going a more circuitous route?
Do we see it yet?
The unicorn?
Mhm.
Well, you're going to have to answer that first question.
What was the first question? I think I like
Are
that.
you
flying
going
straight
right
across?
along the tower, or are you going away from the tower and back again?
Let's do the first one. Let's go fly.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to ask everyone who cares to do a perception check.
Okay.
I have a -1 to perception,
I rolled a 12.
but I got a 17.
I did better than me,
Wow,
I think.
that's the opposite of what happens to Zaliel. Oh no, that's a +1. I got a 15.
I got
I
a
got a
22.
Still is not bad for a level 1
I
I
character.
have
the
a
wrong
12
number.
plus 2 for perception.
I got a 22 total.
Got a 19.
Okay. So, stop me if you've heard this one. But Chris's character sees all. So, it doesn't matter what campaign it is. It's just,
No.
I see everything. You look in his eyes and you see stars moving like an old screensaver from the 90s. Or the Windows 10 forward. But never mind about that. So I'm going to start with Dax. Dax, you definitely see this unicorn. And it looks just the way I described it previously. And you see a small bat, which you're assuming, because you've been with these kobolds for a while, so you know the various magical items that they have. You're assuming that small bat flying around happens to be Neri. And you see the base of this tower, which the first floor, to say the first floor is intact is not quite the right word to use, because the rest of the tower came off of it, and there's been wear and tear since then. But it does look like there's some structural elements on the first floor that have been roughly exposed to the elements, but they're still in there. I'm going to say Chroma, because you're an artificer. I'm going to say with your 15, there's a lot of what I just described that you don't really notice, like you haven't seen the unicorn specifically, but your focus got latched onto the base of the tower, which I'm going to say in-game means that's why you didn't see a unicorn, because the structural elements inside that tower look to be mechanical of nature. There's a few shiny things in there, too.
It's the old techie down there. I need to get my hands on it.
I'm really liking this character, by the way.
This is a great character.
I'm glad.
I'm looking forward to all the bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So am I.
Yeah. How about you wait until we're done fighting the unicorn thing, and then you can
Oh, right.
do all that. You know?
Unicorn
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Unicorn thing.
Yeah, that
where are we
thing
supposed
right
to...
there.
What do you mean right there?
Oh.
But by the way, I skipped over a little bit. Zenosha, right? Yeah.
Yep.
With your 17, you definitely noticed the unicorn. You're like, okay, well, there's some old structural stuff there. Oh, demon unicorn.
I got a 19. The 17 was EO.
No, Eo's had a +1 when it should have been a -1.
I hit
Yeah.
the wrong button.
Yeah, but you're 19, even more so. You definitely noticed the unicorn.
Okay.
So yeah, right there. That demon unicorn.
Oh.
And we're not supposed to kill it, right? Who's got that harness
We're
thing?
supposed to try not to kill it.
Yeah, you know.
Ideally not kill it, but if we have to, we have to.
My stick does have a stun setting. I plan on trying that.
See, my spells don't. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, we could try to stun it. And
I
then when it's
could
stunned,
get it in the head with something,
that would be stunning it. Maybe.
but I'd be doing it by, well, oh, you know the thing I do? I made my glove, and it has the little glowy thing, and the beam of light comes out, and through the, I better explain it in, not techie terms. The magic makes it go somewhere really fast, and that somewhere's usually into something's face.
Okay, so if one of those doesn't work, maybe the other one will. And then if we stun it, who's going to put the harness on this thing? I mean, I can try.
You're probably going to be the best bet for it.
Right. Okay, we have a plan.
Okay, and as you get closer, I'm not going to require additional rolls for perception. I'm just going to keep the rolls that were already done. I'm going to say that Dax, notices that there's a few other beings that are hanging out in these ruins. It's not just the tower that's a ruin here. There were other structures. It's possible they were all part of one larger structure that was here, but they've been exposed to the elements for a very long time, and nature has overgrown a lot of stuff and torn a lot of walls down and stuff. But there's multiple beings that are sort of peeking out behind various trees and rocks and broken walls and stuff.
Do they also look demony and corrupted?
There's a few that look like very creepy old dwarves or gnomes. There's a few that have they're bald with yellow glowing eyes and purple skin with mouths that are quite wide and full of teeth, and they're dripping things off of their skin.
The answer is yes. Ugh.
And there appears to be a small black kitten that's just adorable.
So that's the most dangerous one, right?
Yes,
Well, yeah,
cat's
that's the end
most
boss.
dangerous one. Kill it fast.
Archbeth in chat. Oh no, save the displacer kitten. Yeah, the truth is the kitten is 5 feet to the left. So you arrive, and there is still a small bat flying around the unicorn. It has not stamped its hooves and attacked you. It's not charging at you. It's just watching you fly over and land. I'm assuming you land. Or are you going to attempt to do airborne combat?
I mean, casters can. We can drop off the...
My cantrip
Nearly.
needs touching.
Okay. Anyone who needs to touch things, I will land to let them...
You hear words in your mind.
Who?
All of you in turn, you hear a first set of words, and I will say that having looked at your character sheet, none of you knows what it is. Then you hear a second set of words, and most of you have no idea what it is. But Dax, you hear the second set of words is Elvish, and it's, hello, who are you?
The unicorn's talking to us in my head.
Well, answer.
I
You
mean,
Uh-huh.
I
Hello.
hear it, I just
Who are
don't know what
y'all?
it's saying.
I say in Elvish, hello, I'm Dax.
Greetings, Dax. I am Banrian.
That's definitely Banrian.
Good to know.
So, is this a good hello, or I'm going to eat your face hello?
I'll ask. Is this a good hello, or I'm going to eat your face hello? And I say that in Elvish.
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm in danger.
If you don't have inspiration at it.
I love having good insight because this is the first time I've ever had it. That's a dirty 20.
Wow.
This demonic unicorn looks like it rears up and whinnies, but you hear the voice in your head sound aghast at this. And I do not eat faces. I don't even eat flesh. I eat plants.
Okay. So is this a good hello, or is this I'm going to murder you hello?
Are you in league with the hags?
What's a hag?
Of course.
Hags are... They are beings of the Fae, but they are twisted, evil, prone to making deals that always better them more than the other recipient. And they enjoy corruption more than anything else. 3 of them have taken up residence in my forest. This is the one location that they dare not go, because I am still here.
Oh, so like Vex when he's had a drink. Got it.
Hey, what's going on? Are you talking?
Yes, it speaks Elvish. He says
Chroma
that
waves
the hag-
to Banran. Hi, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm glad we're talking.
He says that the hags are evil, they're corrupting the forest, and that he needs to stop them. That's the Cliff Notes.
Right. I imagine it would
So-
take longer to...
I'm not going to require a roll for it, but FYI, this unicorn is, for anyone who cares to check, clearly a mare.
Oh, okay.
Barian's preferred pronouns are she, her, and she hopes that you respect that.
Oh, mare means female. Sorry, I didn't.
It's hard to tell when they speak directly into your mind, and the person who's saying it is definitely not feminine in his vocal patterns.
So, question, and I'll say this from Draconic. Do we trust the unicorn or the ladies? Because he's saying they're hags and evil, but they're saying he's evil. She's evil.
Tough one.
Maybe
Someone's-
they're both wrong?
Well, that doesn't help either way, though. If they're both
I'm gonna
wrong.
take a chance. Because
Okay.
as a bat, I'm assuming I can hear what Dax is saying.
Yeah, but you also, if I remember correctly, have the intelligence of a bat. So right now you are thinking that bread has been hidden somewhere.
If I remember what that
No,
item, you
I
actually
retain
keep
my
your
intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores.
Never mind. I was making another Critical Role reference, but never mind.
You were making a reference to Saturday's game.
Also, it's a Critical Role reference where they all polymorph themselves into bats, but then they have the intelligence of bats, so they barely remember their quest, and they spend most of their time looking for bread.
So I'm going to take a chance and drop concentration. Fly back down to the ground and drop concentration.
Okay. I have a song from Ava stuck in my head, don't mind me. So you turn back into...
Mamma mia. Here we go again.
Yep. All right.
So now there are 5 kobolds available.
Hi, Mary.
It has become a much more target-rich environment. Banrian does not attack.
I vote we trust the unicorn.
I kind of agree.
I've got what I think is a reasonable point.
The other 3, though,
The 3 women we talked to called Banrian he every time.
Oh, yeah.
So do we have the wrong unicorn, or...
The name's right.
Or
Right.
they don't actually know who she is.
They don't actually know who she is.
They're judging by appearance.
And the weirdly masculine voice in their head.
Sorry. I've got like 5 character voices total, and they're all masculine. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to reach out to some of the little critters around the ruins.
Can I very quickly, before anything else happens, just do an Eyes of the Grave?
What does that do?
Just to defeat any undead.
There are
Alright.
no undead anywhere near here.
Can I try to get a look at some of the animals that we thought were corrupted around here, and I don't know, use my druid insight to see if they're in pain or being controlled or things like that?
It does not even require an insight check to know that they're all pretty terrified. Most of them, when you take a step in their general direction, will sort of disappear, either scampering away or pulling their head back behind something to try to hide more. There's a couple who are a bit more brave, aided by the fact that Banrian doesn't seem to be attacking you, so you're not an immediate threat.
I have a question.
Yes?
Are there sunbeams around?
Well, it's a bright area. Bright enough that I should have had you roll at disadvantage for your perception checks because they were sight-based, but the DM forgot.
I'm gonna take a chance to.
Okay.
Dax, translate for me, please. And Chroma
Yes,
starts
ma'am.
walking towards Banrian.
I get off the carpet and leave it there and walk with her.
And as Chroma gets to Banrian, she takes off the crown of the forest. And does this do what they say it did?
As soon as you take the crown off, Banrian looks like a regular unicorn.
Oh no! They are evil!
No.
It's an illusion! It's an illusion! It's an illusion!
Get off.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a nightmare when...
Okay. So I see what you guys are doing, and I take off the thing
Yeah,
as well.
take
Me
off.
too.
So,
Huh.
Banrian looks like a majestic celestial being, because that's exactly what she is. And the various critters, of which some of them look like the image that I just shared in Discord, right as you were talking about taking the crown off, was when I was copying and pasting it, immediately stops looking like that. Instead, the various creatures that are hiding out here are, for the most part, small fey creatures. Granted, they looked like small fey before, but now these small fey, instead of being redcaps and boggles, if you care to look up what this look like, look more like sprites and pixies.
Okay.
Wow. We got fooled. Shouldn't have trusted them. They are not kobolds.
So now we go kill
yeah.
them.
Well, ask Banrian what she wants us to do about this.
Oh, okay. Banrian, would you want us to assist with the crazy hag lady?
I cannot defeat them on my own. I would be grateful for the assistance. There's the sound of many sprites typing frantically in the background. But in all seriousness, the various beings that have taken refuge here with me are too weak to face them and their corrupted family on the other side of the chasm. I stay here to protect them. I will not leave them defenseless. But with your aid... What's that?
I didn't know you were finished. I didn't know you had more. Keep going.
Okay. You're translating to the rest of the group, is what you said.
No, I'm not. I'm waiting until she finishes.
If there was some way, like, I can teleport across the chasm without use of the tower, but they don't have that ability, the hags. If there was some way of keeping this ground safe, and for me to get across to the other side, I can teleport back here at will, but only if I haven't teleported already since the last sunrise. Then I would certainly be able to fight alongside you.
How much do you weigh?
More than that carpet of yours will hold. The DM does not
Alright.
want this to be an easy plot point.
Yeah,
Okay.
understood.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And I'm realizing 30 seconds too late that isn't actually something that I heard. So I apologize.
The DM forgot that you can't speak that language either.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
The rest
fine.
of us are just standing here going, "Oh, okay."
I was gonna be funny, but let's just assume I translate it all.
Yeah. Banrian can speak
stole my
Celestial.
So, are you saying we shouldn't fight the hags?
Certainly. They need to be stopped. They've corrupted this whole forest except for this small plateau. But I cannot assist you without abandoning the weak and the wounded that are here, unless we are certain that this area is protected.
So let's say we go up against these crazy hag ladies. What would you say our chances were?
Well, mechanics-wise, they're level. They're a CR3 creatures, and I happen to be a CR5, so I could probably impale one through the face pretty easily. In all seriousness, because Barian does not say that.
No kidding.
This is an out-of-character question. Who's got the charisma in the group this time?
Not
I
me.
have a charisma of 15, and I'm proficient in persuasion.
I have -1.
I have
say-
+1, and I'm good at
Wait, am I the charisma character?
You're the
I think
charisma
so.
character.
Neat.
Team Bad Decisions
neat.
is go. So
I'm just thinking, if one of us goes back to them with the crown on again
Mm-hmm.
and says, we tried to engage the unicorn, but we need your help, and basically kites them back here.
Well, I could try to lie.
Are you
You can-
good at it though?
You can use the carpet to get there and
I
back.
once convinced my mom that I didn't break the thing. It was someone else.
Hmm. I've heard stories about your mom. Gox told me about her. That's pretty good. Go back on the carpet and tell them that the rest of us have died and you escaped and you need their help.
Maybe not rest of us have died, because then if they think, oh, well, they're useless, they might just kill you there and then.
Oh, I didn't think
Maybe
that. Right.
maybe tell them that we've scoped the place out, but we think we'll need backup.
are you translating this to Banrian?
I will say it in common, but then give her the Cliftos version.
She is not for this plan because she does not want you to lead the hags here. This
Okay.
is the last refuge of
Yeah, people
uncorrupted
might-
territory.
Get
Yeah, she says no.
her.
She will go with you to face the hags in their lair if that's a plan. She will face them in some other part of the forest if that's a plan. this spot right here is
Oh,
a sanctuary. She will not let them have this last part of the forest. The battle is lost if they corrupt this part of the forest.
should I go get Hippo Man to defend this place while we go deal with the hags with the unicorn?
I'm not sure that's a good idea. He likes
I don't think
to
that's a good idea
explode
either.
things even more than I do.
Seems so.
You
Oddly
have
enough.
the same problem either way if you want to bring him here or Bannerman across. You've got a tower that looks too frail.
Well,
I'm gonna
then
take a
we
look at the
established that
tacky
we
stuff around the base of the tower.
Okay.
Then we
Okay.
established that we could take him on the carpet if it was just him and me. It was the rest of it that was dragging it down because we did
Things
get a
were-
good amount.
Things were going well until he had one meal too many.
Oh, right.
And
Right.
then it was too much.
Okay.
So yeah, dump off all the kobolds. I can probably take them a lot over, but that would be it. Like that.
Okay.
That's all we can really do with.
Okay, so you flip the
So
carpet
is-
over and everyone falls off. No.
So is examining
Everyone off the carpet.
the tech stuff Arcana?
That's a good question.
Because I'm proficient in Arcana, it seems like Artificer's Arcana thing.
If only
Mhm.
there was a whole write-up on the mechanics that are inside this tower. Oh yeah, right here on page 7. Okay. So looking at this stuff, I'm going to require an investigation check.
Okay, I can do that. 17.
Ooh, 17. Okay. So the majority of it is this large box that has a bunch of panels on it that look like they're meant for displaying information. Not so much I can press this button to do something. You don't see any buttons per se. There's 2 spots that look like they'd be great spots to have buttons, but there's no buttons in them. There is also some silver wires that leave this box and go around the tower, and some of them look like they head out of the tower to go to locations further towards the center of the plateau. But some of them look like they've been cut.
Oh, wait.
So the ones
cut?
that left
Only
the
cut?
tower, the ones that left the tower, if you trail them back, you get to a cut end where it doesn't actually reach anything. But the machinery inside the tower seems mostly intact except for those 2 spots. What's your passive perception?
9.
Then I'm going to require a perception check. What's the worst that could happen?
I failed. That's what usually happens. Yeah, that's a 1. Not
Okay.
a natural 1.
Okay,
That's
I'm
just
going
a 1.
I'm going to say as one additional detail of an investigation roll of 17, which is what you got before.
Uh-huh.
It looks like most of this tower is in the vicinity, because even the bridge made from the tower isn't too far away from this base of it, and there's rocks on the ground all around it. There's some detritus on the floor. It's possible that whatever those buttons were that's in this contraption aren't far.
Okay. So, if I was wiring a tower to do something, I don't know what yet, where would
Well,
I...
if Fiddle Punch is any
button-
example, you'd wire a tower to turn into a spaceship.
Yeah, I would do that.
How far across is the chasm?
It's at least 50 feet.
Okay.
Um,
But no more than how many feet?
All the feet. No. Somewhere between 50 and 70
Okay.
as the bat flies.
That is within the parameters of my best idea ever. Because, Chroma,
uh-huh,
you have
uh-huh,
a decanter of endless water.
uh-huh.
Neri, have you gone into the tower as well?
Well, I've been through the tower,
Okay, but you're talking to
but I'm
Chroma.
not currently
So
inside it.
So how are you talking to Chroma? Chroma's in the tower trying to press buttons that aren't there.
Oh, I didn't realize she was that deep into the tower.
Well, the base of the tower. The base of the tower is not the bridge.
Oh, well, then yeah, that's where I am.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
16?
You see a shiny on the ground.
Oh, what's that?
It's red.
I call Chroma's attention to it.
Huh? Yeah? Ooh, shiny!
You found a red button.
I'm going to examine it.
It is red and looks like a button.
Is it attached to the floor, or did it fall off onto the floor?
It's just laying there on the floor. It was
Can I
mostly
pick
covered
it
by
up?
leaves, which is why you didn't see it. Yeah. I'm assuming when you're examining it, you're holding it in your hands.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to put this back in, and I'm going to... And Chroma sort of pops a tab on the wrist of her mechanical glove thing, and something comes out that looks like it's trying to solder the button back on with a beam of light, but actually that's just how she casts mending.
I love this. I love this. Give me an intelligence roll. An intelligence check.
Okay. Straight intelligence. Okay.
Straight intelligence.
Let's see.
At advantage because you're using mending.
16.
Okay. And the other roll was a 15. And that was still going to be good enough. So you had a 50-50 chance of putting it in the right spot. You managed. Now, it's obvious that you managed, because if you're looking at the two spots and you're looking at the red button, it clearly only had the connections to go in this spot, not the other spot. A novice could have figured that out. No one else has any idea what you're talking about if you say this out loud, but that's what you're thinking.
Ta-da! I fixed it!
You have a shiny red button and an empty spot.
The
button calls to you. Not literally.
I want to push it. I'm going to push it.
You push it. Okay.
I'm not pushing it yet. I'm letting Mary stop me if she chooses to.
I'm distracted at this point. I'm still thinking about my plan.
Oh no, I push it.
Okay, you push the button. The bridge falls.
That was...
And
Do I see this immediately?
you were ankle deep in leaves before. Now you are in leaves up to your knees. And the tower bridge has collapsed into rubble and fallen 100 feet down into the chasm.
I didn't know it was going to do that. I really don't know why someone would wire this to do that.
You found the
It
self-destruct
seems
button.
Give me
Seems like an
insight
inefficient way of doing defenses.
I know it's... insight checks are the check of the day today, apparently. But insight check is the most apropos check for what's going on right now.
Well, that's a
11.
natural 20 for a 26.
Okay.
Wow.
Everything in this tower, except for the kobolds, looks a lot older than when you entered the tower.
Oh, no.
So we just-
Chroma, I have a bad feeling about this.
Why? I mean, I get
need to
why
get
I
out of
made
here
a
and-
bridge fall. Okay, let's go.
Okay. As soon as you step out, you see the other kobolds are right there outside the tower. Bamrian's right there. All the scared little fey creatures are right there.
Sorry,
look-
I didn't mean to do that.
Is the
I was
bridge
trying to
still
fix
there?
things.
No, the bridge is what
That
collapsed.
was the bridge. That was the
The
bridge.
tower bridge collapsed.
I thought I could fix things, and then I did fix things, but when I fixed things, it broke things.
Did anybody else notice time pass?
What? What do you mean?
How long have we been in the tower?
They've been in that tower for maybe a minute tops.
Yeah, like a minute or so. Wasn't long.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
went
How
in there
long
and it
ago
fell
did the bridge
apart.
collapse?
Do I feel any older?
Well, look at it this way. Look at your party members.
I
Now look
can't
at
be
you.
any older.
Now
I
look back
haven't
to your party
had any
members.
teeth come
now
out.
back to you.
I look
So-
at my party members.
So you feel older only because you always end up feeling older when dealing with certain members of this party.
Oh,
And my teeth are all... See?
So
And look at my necklace. I'm only 5.
wait,
What-
who is the oldest this time around?
I don't know. I think I'm the same age as Chroma because we're same group.
Uh-huh. But she's the big sister because she's a lot bigger than me.
Well, that'll work.
Neri is 7.
Dax is 10.
I didn't decide. Probably pretty young.
Oh
Yes.
god, is Dax the oldest?
I think so.
Apparently so. And I appreciate that kobolds are considered full grown at 6. So it's not like, oh my gosh, it's a bunch of elementary school kids on an adventure.
No,
Actually, they're
it's not.
kobolds. It's still a bunch of elementary school kids on an adventure.
Yeah.
But
The
with
reason
that
I
said,
ask is because we found a button, and Neri found where the button goes, and Chroma found where the button goes, and Chroma pushed the button,
Of course.
and the tower collapsed.
Look,
Yeah.
I fixed it! I thought good things would happen!
All of a sudden, there were another 6 inches of leaves inside the tower, and everything looked substantially more weathered.
Does everything look...
And I'm
only
alarmed.
the tower looks older.
Okay,
Well,
so
the parts of the tower that are left.
It does look like some time has passed on the tower, but not on us.
So I found a box of making inanimate objects old. I found a box that casts anti-magic.
I guess.
Apparently.
Is that a thing?
Not usually.
Right.
Can you
okay.
remove the button from the wall of the tower? I'm
What's
asking
Oh,
Chroma.
maybe that's what those wires are for. There's a second button. So
What's
maybe one makes it older and one makes it younger? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you build that? Why would anyone build that?
What
That's a
was the
stupid
unicorn?
thing to build.
What was the unicorn's name again?
Banrian.
Banrian.
Banrian. I turned to her and I said, "All right, okay. So, Chroma is probably going to destroy this place unintentionally. If we allow her to continue to go push buttons, there is no way we can really guarantee this place's safety unless we all just go and deal with these hags. There is no way we can guarantee any place's safety."
If there is no way for me to get across that chasm without teleporting, I cannot help you.
Because she just destroyed the bridge unintentionally.
Chroma, you already mentioned this, so I'm not even going to require a roll. There was a spot for 2 buttons.
Look, I can fix it, okay? You're giving me that look like you're disappointed in me, but I can fix it. I just need another button.
Can you use the
I was going to say, just swap the buttons.
There were connections in the buttons, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. They're not the same kind of button.
Make a button.
I'll try. I can't just pull good buttons out of nowhere, but I'll try.
Yet? Sorry, I'm saying that out of character.
Dax, ask Banrian if she's got any advice on the weaknesses of the hags that we can use to our advantage.
Banrian, how do we beat the hags?
They're weak to unicorn horns through the face.
Well, unless
She said they're
your
weak
horn's
to unicorn
detachable,
horns.
then that's not very useful to us.
They're weak to unicorn horns. So piercing?
Well, unicorn horns to the face.
Okay,
I
so
was
hit their
expecting
face.
Banrian to
Face.
say, with sticks and metal rods, ideally.
They rely on trickery and deception for most of their plans.
Like
So if we
socks.
just walk up and hit them with lightning, we can...
A direct and brutal confrontation is something that they will be less prepared for.
What did she say?
Okay. I need to make a button. I bet I can
I
make
repeat.
a button. Is it
Oh,
safe to-
brutal confrontation. I can do that.
Oh, okay. I guess we go fight them then, and then we can come back here and I can make a new button and fix everything. Or maybe that they wouldn't have the button. They can't come here. So of course they wouldn't have the button.
Okay, we broke
Button,
the
button. Who's
Roma,
got the
calm
button?
down. It's okay. We got this.
Huh? I'm perfectly calm.
You're literally just going crazy.
Yeah. That's how I'm calm.
Like your arm is phasing out with the shakes.
Right, because I'm excited. The tower's neat. Even if it does weird, stupid things.
You hear a distant voice. I say, hello.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no,
God.
up we go.
Is everything
Off
everything all right
everyone.
over there? I see you.
Everyone off the carpet.
I see
everyone
you
off the carpet.
waving.
Okay, I'm off the carpet.
I go pick up the. In fact, no. I fly over to him, and because he's got the thorns on him as well.
He does have a crown on him as well, yes.
Mhm.
As I'm flying by, I swoop the crown off his head, throw it away, and land next to him. Right, get up.
I was starting to like that.
It's bad.
Um,
The women back there, they're evil. We're gonna kill them. Get on.
Oh, it was duplicitous in nature. Ah, yes. Well, off we go. We will settle this. And he steps on the carpet and it immediately sinks down into the ground.
You
Dax,
are the
I don't know
worst.
if you can
Hey,
hear me
Lieutenant
up there,
Commander, try jumping. I think you can make it.
but- No!
That's a good idea.
No!
Let's see how smart he is.
So,
See how tactical.
So that was a very strong-looking tower. What manner of demolition equipment did you use? We'd be able to use that certainly in the coming battle.
Try jumping over. We'll show you. And I fly over.
Was that a joke?
No.
So, can we go back up now? Because we
From
can't
the other
take
side.
Marion with us.
Go ahead.
And, she can't come with us. We probably shouldn't leave him alone up there too long. He might grenade the wrong things.
It's easy to do that even when grenading the right things.
It's true.
Well, sadly, unless you can find that other button, we can't take
I'm gonna
the
use my
unicorn.
inspiration on the intelligence check.
Me too.
Oh,
Are we looking for the button?
I mean, I don't know.
I would like
I
to
mean,
try and
it
look
could
for the button.
Probably put the thing back to normal, and
Where
it
do
might
you
even
intend to
fix
look
it
for the button?
completely. Oh,
Where
what
did
if
you-
the
where
tower
did-
was in a half state between completely deflated and completely good?
Where did you find the...
Come on, I'll show you.
Oh god, okay.
And Chroma's totally grabbing Dax by the arm and running off in that direction.
Okay.
With
You
inspiration,
found
I got
it
an 18
inside.
on the intelligence check.
Yeah. I don't need to give the hint because you got there anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. The question was going to be, where did you find the first button?
See, I was going to suggest that, but
Yeah.
But no, this was funnier.
everybody seemed interested in... No, everybody else seemed interested in just leaping over the chasm, so...
Well,
I
was
just wanted to see if
specifically
the hippo could
trying-
fly.
he doesn't have that much of a negative wisdom modifier.
How much a negative wisdom modifier does he have?
Actually, yeah, you've been
Enough
traveling
so
with
that
him
he
for a few
hasn't
days.
caught on that half the party doesn't like him.
Well, he's military. They act a certain way whether or not they like people.
right,
he has a positive wisdom modifier.
Oh no,
Interesting.
he has a higher wisdom than I do.
There we go. He is quite wise in his old age.
Okay, show
No,
me where you found the button.
okay,
We
right
all-
there
we all
in
cast
the needy
half
pile
level
of leaves.
level spell move leaves. Material component rake. Somatic component use the rake.
So
Verbal component, did you have to plant this tree here?
So maybe it is a fancy defense after all. Make it all look like ruins. No good coming down here, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
If you're-
People in this forest like illusions.
if
I'd
you're
like to
looking
look
for
for
the
the
button, I will allow a perception check at this point to see if you can find the other button. But none of you has a passive perception that will allow this because you've
18.
already used that up.
7. Oh no,
Okay,
it's
just a 9
5.
for me.
I hit the wrong thing again.
Okay. So
14 plus 4.
okay, so here's what happens. Dax and Zenosha, both find the button at the exact same time. You both pull it out of the leaves with both of you having your hands on the same button. It's green.
Found it.
You found it! Give me!
Oh, fix it, go.
What's this one gonna do?
Well,
I think
it's
it will
green,
fix
so...
things.
Okay.
And
Intelligence
maybe it
roll
will
at
fix things
advantage.
completely.
It-
All of us are...
Well, no, just the person who's using mending
Sorry.
to put it back.
Oh, the person who's
Oh,
using
me.
bending is not me. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, 22!
It was easier the second time.
I did it! I pushed the button.
Okay. How long do you hold the button?
long enough for the tower to come back to a better state than I left it in.
Okay. Because it doesn't get used enough, roll me a d12.
A d12. Okay, 7.
Okay. That's fantastic. The DM is here for this content. So you hold it, and the first thing that everyone notices is the leaves seem to be settling. No, they're not settling, they're disappearing. The layers of leaves that went up really deep are disappearing, and the leaves underneath are looking fresher and fresher, and those that are then disappearing, and the walls are getting a bit less mold on them, and you're standing in a weathered but upright tower.
Oh no, we're turning into bulbs.
No, you are fine. You are fine as kobolds. It's only the tower that seems to have gone back in time and regressed in age to a point where it is, okay, maybe not very structurally sound. There's a stairwell there that you wasn't there before, but
I jump
as
on the carpet and
kobolds-
go check the bridge.
You go check what?
I jump on the carpet and go check the bridge.
There is no bridge. The bridge was formed when the tower collapsed. The tower has uncollapsed.
So we need to find the Goldilocks zone for this thing, where it's collapsed but still stable enough that the unicorn can walk over it.
Oh, okay.
I will shout from here and tell you when to stop.
Okay, I press the red button.
And I keep watch to the exact moment to when this tower collapses and to where it settles, and then I shout and tell them to stop.
Okay. So I'm going to ask Chroma again. How long do you hold this button?
The red button? I'm gonna
yes.
sort of poke it. Real brief.
Okay. So essentially, Chroma's there poking this button, doing the time machine equivalent of, do you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? And Dax is outside yelling, not yet, not yet, not yet. And as Dax is outside watching, vines start to creep up the sides of the tower. Some interior parts of the structure seem to collapse in on itself. The roof of the tower is long gone, and little bits of rock start falling off of the walls in various places. Nothing really big, but just a little bit, and it starts to lean. And then it skips forward and leans a little bit more. Then it skips forward and leans a little bit more. And then...
Keep going.
And then it keeps leaning even after Zeely has let go of the button.
No Zeely.
Not Zeely. There is no Zeely, only Chroma. So after Chroma lets go of the button, which made it lean a little bit more, it doesn't stop leaning more. It just keeps moving.
Hold.
I'm not pushing it anymore.
Let it go. Just let it drop.
There's
I'm
a
not
strange...
doing anything. I'm letting it go.
There's a strange blonde woman in a blue dress at the top of the tower going, no!
I'm not touching.
There is a mighty crash as the tower lands, going across the chasm and settles.
Perfect. We got this.
Yes, we did it.
Okay, Hippo Man, try and walk over.
Wait.
I already did. It works pretty good. Excellent. Good job.
Perfect.
Hi, Lieutenant Commander.
Hello, Chroma.
I broke it and then I fixed it and then I had to re-break it and, well...
Okay, I have a plan.
And you didn't even use a grenade.
Okay, now, here's what I suggest. Everyone, including Unicorn Lady, get across the bridge. I stay here with the carpet, press the green button till everything goes back up and it's secure, and then I fly out and over, and then we head back.
I don't quite understand that plan, but I like it. Let's get started.
It's a good plan.
We expected you to understand nothing. Don't worry.
The green
Well,
button
he wasn't
makes
there for the whole
tower-
button pushing, so he doesn't have the context to understand it.
The green
I know,
button
but
is
I also
inside
don't
the
think he's
tower
that
or
bright.
young again. Oh, crashy. It uncrashes the tower.
I like this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it.
Right after these messages. And by these messages, I mean no messages, but let's take a 5-minute break.
Let's take a 5. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. We have returned.
We're gonna die.
Well,
Maybe not.
probably.
Eventually.
Every kobold dies. Not every kobold truly lives.
That's
Okay.
actually terrifyingly true.
Considering they're a
actually.
fictional species, no kobold truly lives.
Well, that's true.
But yeah, whatever. So you are traveling your way back towards the hags with Barian going with you, because Barian was able to go across the tower bridge, and then you collapsed it afterwards. You've been traveling through for a ways. You see those sunbeams sneaking their way through the canopy onto the ground.
So,
What do you do?
Baron,
I
are those
kind
things
of
really
want
dangerous?
to touch one.
I heard two people talking at once. One of you was asking Barian a question in a language Barian doesn't speak, and the other one was saying that you wanted to do something.
Chroma is saying, not doing yet, but she is saying that she is saying, I kind of want to touch one.
Ooh, good
I'll ask
idea.
Dax
Lieutenant
to ask
Commander, go do
Bannerin.
the thing. Go touch the...
Okay.
No, I
Oh,
said
oh,
Lieutenant
no.
Commander, not Chroma. I said Lieutenant Commander, not Chroma.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
I got that.
Dax, you can also ask Bannerin.
This will be funnier.
I'm gonna touch the thing.
No.
Oh, God.
Maybe not.
Okay, I don't think you got to talk the hippo into touching it, but Chroma's too willing, so
Chroma, as you go forward to touch the sunbeam, Lieutenant Commander Hollins puts a very large hand on your shoulder and says, "Wait! It could actually be a trap. I have the highest constitution of this party. It is up to me. I shall tank it."
Yay.
okay, yeah, I'm for this. Forget
I
Bannerin.
am so for this.
Okay.
All right, if you're sure.
I don't believe for a second that it's a trap.
It's a trap.
Okay, so the Lieutenant Commander steps forward to put a hand out and touch the sunbeam, and it moves over to his hand. Somebody roll me a d4.
I got it.
Okay. You got
First
it?
one I see or hear. is-
Whoops. I
2.
I forgot the tea.
So you got a 14 out of 14 with a possibility of 14. I love that. I didn't know that was a thing. I forgot that was a thing. If you forget the D, it just gives you that. Oh, that is tricky. That is tricky. You could type /roll20. Oh, look, I got a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
I got a nat 34. Stop rolling non-Euclidean dice.
Yeah, Sidekick will just do math, apparently.
I appreciate that. I really do. It's helpful. But
Did
the
it do
actual
math
number,
right, though?
the first number that was rolled was a 2. So,
Oh, I said the 3 first. Okay.
and now we have Star Trek dice being rolled in Discord because we can do that now.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. My favorite part of Star Trek was the part where Kirk says, "The insects are attacking." Oh, wait, that was Starship Troopers.
I have no idea why. Oh, it rolled 14D. It's on
Yeah.
1D4 and it rolled 14 difficulty dice. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
That's a lot of failures and a lot of threats.
So as
Anyway.
soon as the Lieutenant Commander puts his hand out for the sunbeam and it just moves over and hits him, a huge cloud of spores just like shoots up out of the ground all around him.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Okay, so maybe it was a trap.
Sorry.
He starts
Cindy, what's your
coughing and waving his hand around in front of his face.
Cindy? What's your character's name? I forgot.
Zenosha.
Zenosha.
Zenosha. Are those good spores or bad spores?
Kind of hard to tell when there's spores. If we can get a sample and let them grow up, I could answer it then.
Someone cast Fireball.
I don't have it.
I can't do that.
Well,
Yeah.
look at
I
the player.
throw a grenade, but it usually does not work against gas attacks.
All right,
Well.
move out of the cloud.
It was definitely not healthy.
Oh.
Okay.
So do
Don't
avoid
poke
the
the sunbeams.
sunbeams.
Okay. I'm going to ask everyone to roll me a dex check.
Oh dear.
I got a 20.
You're fine.
Dex is +2. Yeah.
Ooh, 10.
I got an
Okay.
8, so I'm going to go ahead and use my inspiration again.
22.
You're fine.
Phew.
Dex check, not save.
Correct.
How's it?
Wow,
14.
net 20. Okay.
Okay. So essentially, after this chaos with Lieutenant Commander Hutchins, the rest of you are able to safely maneuver yourself around the sunbeams.
Hutchins?
It is tricky. Hollins.
Okay, his name is Hollins. I keep forgetting what it
I
actually
keep forgetting,
is.
and he's my character.
I think most of us are resigned to just call him the hippo,
He takes offense at that.
Oh.
and we smile at that.
He
I'm
doesn't
just going to
call
call
you.
him Hog Hug.
Don't you dare. So it'd be like if he called you the alligators.
Yeah.
I like it. Although it'd be more apt if Bitey was in the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's busy being a scribe. He enjoys his job. All the fiber he can eat.
Okay. So we definitely missed the sunbeam.
Yes. And you are now at a point where you are very close to where the hags have taken up residence, the 3 large trees that they said were their dryad trees, but 3 large trees that have all grown together to be a single structure.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, what do you do now? Kick the door open and say, honey, I'm home.
I could go up and knock.
Hey, Lieutenant Commander Hollins. How do your grenades work?
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I love this idea.
Well, it's quite simple, really. You pull the grenade off of your belt, as so, and you pull the pin out like this, and then
Throw it. Throw it.
usually count
throw
to
it.
3.
Throw it.
1,
Throw it.
2,
I'm moving away from him.
3,
Throw it.
and then you throw it like this.
And he
Chroma
motions to
watches
throw
in
it, but he
rapt
doesn't actually throw it.
fascination.
He doesn't throw it? No,
He
throw
doesn't-
it.
He didn't actually, I assume.
He doesn't
I
actually
think
throw
he
it.
did.
But if you're not
Throw
actually
the
planning to
grenade.
use it quite yet, then you don't throw it and you put the pin back in like this. Because otherwise, there's an explosion, but not necessarily one that you would enjoy more than once.
Okay, so just like real grenades, they're not live until after the handle's been released.
Right. Okay.
And I'm very much aware of the mocking you've been doing of me for this entire trip. I find it very demoralizing. It is not good, and I would appreciate it if you valued my contributions to the party.
I absolutely value your contributions to the party, and I will value them more, even more, as soon as we strap one of those grenades onto one of my arrows.
And when you stop sinking my carpet.
I value your contributions to the party and to the sum of cobalt knowledge.
I'm not sure that attaching this grenade to your arrow will leave it with enough aerodynamic capabilities to be flying, but perhaps with some assistance we can make it work.
Don't worry. I'm going to aim high.
As he says, with some assistance, we can make it work. He's looking directly at Chroma, by the way.
Oh! I could cast catapult.
That works.
Well, why didn't you say you had a catapult with you? Yes, heavy artillery, that's what we need.
I am heavy artillery.
Okay.
Then I shall provide the ammunition. Here you go.
And he hands over the grenade.
Oh my.
Just remember, pull the pin before you throw it.
Set it down, pull the pin,
Run.
let go, use catapult.
Yes, that.
All right. Chroma sets it down, pulls the pin, uses catapult, and attempts to catapult it at the door, and I assume the door is not capable of making a
Grenade
DC
save.
14 dex saving throw. So the door will take 3d8 bludgeoning damage plus whatever the grenade is doing, I guess.
So roll 3d8 plus 5d6.
Whoa.
29.
29.
Wow.
Okay.
And Neri's got her bow drawn.
The catapult sends the grenade through the door. There is an explosion. The door is thrown towards you, but not hard enough for it to reach you. Splinters of it slide across the forest floor and just stop a few feet away from you.
Hi! You lied
And-
to us.
Are they in
Neri's
there?
gonna put some suppressive arrows through the doorway.
And I'll get ready to throw a bolt of lightning.
But
I'm
are
going
they
to
in
roll
there?
Initiative. Whoops.
Gotta use the hashtag.
Yep.
Okay. Are we rolling for initiative?
Of
I
course,
actually
I
rolled
rolled
a
a
6, and I have an initiative of +2, so I have an 8.
Of course, I rolled a nat 20 on initiative. 22.
Oh.
Nat 20 for 23.
Oh my gosh, the barbarian fails this whole time.
Just an 18 for me, but that's also a 23.
Wow.
I
And
believe
since
I
I'm
got. Sorry.
and since I'm currently doing suppressive fire, I think Zenosha gets to go first.
I got a 12.
They're
Yeah.
what? They're home? Is that what you said? Oh, okay, yeah. Because I'm trying to figure out if they were actually in there when we did this.
If they weren't actually in there, then their house is on fire, and they're probably going to come back.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, so can we see any of them? Go ahead.
Well, yeah.
Oh well, now wait. It was 20 points of damage
Was it?
because the 3d8 was just the impact force of the grenade hitting the door. I know, but this way I get to shoot more arrows at them.
Okay, so I just realized that I muted myself when I was getting my dice out because I didn't want to make a lot of noise. So the stream was only hearing you.
Oh no!
Yeah, but it was
Oops.
only for rolling initiative and saying I need to mark
Okay.
off damage. So it wasn't so bad.
Okay.
Yeah. It's,
Okay, that'll do.
Yeah, stuff that I usually consider cutting when I'm editing anyway. So whatever.
Okay.
So Zenosha and Neri are going first. Neri is already doing suppressing fire.
And I'm going to
So-
say to the rest of the group, we should probably hold back and wait for them to come out. And I'm going to get ready to throw a lightning bolt at the first hag I see enter the doorway.
Okay, so you're holding your action.
Yep.
Neri, you're shooting arrows, so give me an attack roll disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Well, you said you're shooting arrows, so you might actually hit something
At disadvantage?
at disadvantage because you can't see your target.
I lost a natural 20.
Oh.
It's okay. There were other natural 20s rolled tonight. Dax.
Okay, I am going to cast Bless on Neri, Chroma, and
And what does that do?
for any until the spell ends, whenever it's an attack roll or a saving, the target can roll an additional D4 and add the number.
Ah,
So if you'd be rolling a d20, you can add a d4.
Who was that to you
Okay.
cut out at the end?
That was
Zenosha.
to
Okay, that's what I thought. Good.
Neri, Chroma, and Zenosha.
Good.
It cut out for me also, but I heard z, so I made an assumption.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's the hag's turn.
starring me. I'm Hag. It's the Hag.
I'm still here for this content, but okay. I need to look something up real quick because fun fact for the hags it says, "Hey, check this thing on the sidebar," but in D&D Beyond, it's not showing the sidebar.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Naturally. That's like, I subscribe to Cook's Illustrated, and some of their recipes have sidebars. And they, instead of doing the see sidebar, they do like, see how to roast potatoes page, except that some of their recipes they put online. Like they're free recipes that anyone can access for 2 months after publication. And occasionally they leave in the see how to roast potatoes, page 19.
Oh, this whole adventure is full of, oh, look up the stats on this page of this book. And I own the physical books. I can do that. But I left a lot of them at school because that's where D&D Beyond is blocked
D&D
by my
club.
county.
Right,
And I have that
right.
club. So I don't have that book physically in front of me.
Right.
It's in the
Wow.
building that's not getting unlocked because it's winter break
Mm-hmm.
for a few days yet. And now I just told everyone when this is being recorded, and it's not going to go live until probably after March. But never mind about that.
That's fine.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. This is fine. This is fine. We're all fine. We're all fine here. How are you?
We are actually recording this on November the 32nd, 1994.
When I decided to make myself a backlog of episodes, I decided it needed to be such a backlog that we needed to go forward in time, get the rules for 5th edition, and then go back in time. I think second edition was still like the main thing. I don't think third edition come out yet at that point.
I also
Second
think this
edition
was
was-
pre-internet.
Yeah, no, I picked up third edition in the early 1994.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
said
second AD&D second edition was less than 5 years old in 1994.
I think that's true. Yeah.
yeah, because I was in college in the late '90s, and it was mostly second
Mhm.
edition.
Yeah.
Right towards the end, third edition came out, and within less than a year of me buying the third edition books, but never having actually played a third edition game, they came out with 3.5. And even though everyone who's played 3.5 and third edition has told me that 3.5 was a bunch of necessary changes that made the game so much better, I was like, I just spent all this money on books.
3.5 was
Okay.
basically a patch. It's overall the same game, but
Yeah,
bunch of balance fixes.
Exactly. And I didn't want to spend all that money on new books for a patch.
I'm enjoying the chat.
That's fair.
It's
Yeah.
like 3:30 a.m. where
Yeah,
where
and
Chris
we
is.
just started
Oh
combat.
God.
And I needed to look up spells.
A thing.
So, hey,
Yeah.
guess what?
Combat next week?
We could.
No, I'm going to say that someone needs to make a saving throw.
Okay.
Dex saving throws for it's gonna be Zax and my NPCs.
All right. I rolled an 11, and dexterity is plus.
You cut out.
I rolled an 11, and dexterity is +2.
Okay. So you got a 13, and spellcasting here is 14, so you failed to save.
Okay.
You get hit by a lightning bolt.
Oh, not cool. All right. How much damage?
23 points of damage.
I'm
Whoa.
dead. I'm out. I'm out.
Sax!
Well, if only someone who's going soon has an ability to cast heal.
I'm pretty
Right.
sure I'm doing death saves at this point. Because I had 14 hit points.
Yeah, but you're the barbarian. You're not the one who does the healing.
Yes.
Yes.
But,
Um,
okay.
and I have rolled for... this also hits the lieutenant commander, so he's taking 23 points of damage as well. He's less than thrilled about that, but he is not dying.
Come in, why don't you? The door's open.
And
Do I see them in the doorway?
yeah, I was going to say Zenosha held her action.
You see, when the lightning came through, it parted the cloud of smoke that was created by the grenade hitting the campfire that's inside. So if you act right now, you can see them.
Okay, I'm going to aim a lightning bolt right at her.
Okay.
So
I will make their save.
Lightning strike. Anyone in a line behind her has to make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw.
They did not.
So they take 96 lightning damage on a failed and half on
Ooh.
Wait, 96 or 96?
96.
nine
Okay.
six-sided dice.
Okay.
Okay.
Still a lot.
I was like,
thought you
wait a
said
minute. I thought I knew all the
96.
magical items you had, but I can tell you,
I was expecting
96.
some vaporized
Yeah.
eggs there.
A 9 followed by a 6 would vaporize this particular hag.
Wow.
And if any of the other hags are directly behind her, I hit them too, because this thing goes in a straight line. They're probably not, but worth mentioning. It goes for 120 feet.
What's your damage?
So you're setting its tree even more on fire. 24.
24
A lot of ones,
points of
but
damage.
24.
Sisters, they sent the lightning bolt back at us. Can they do that? That's not playing fair. Stay in your lane. We're the tricksy ones.
Chroma, it's your turn.
Oh, it is? Okay. Chroma is going to run to Zax's side immediately and kneel down and, well, apparently she has some sort of, it kind of looks like ointment in her belt pouch, but she applies it and casts Cure Wounds.
Okay, so you apply some essential oils, which do absolutely nothing, but they smell nice, and then you apply the ointment that actually does the healing.
Come on, I'm a crafts kobold. I can make it smell nice and be useful.
There you go. What's the healing? Up 9
9
points.
points.
9
of
points?
healing.
Okay, so Zax, bad news, you're prone. Good news, you're awake.
Okay.
Zax, are you okay?
I think so. Which one did
How
it?
do you feel? Does
Angry.
your mouth taste like lavender?
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's a new one. Is it supposed to?
I prefer fresh linens
probably.
myself.
Okay. Which one did it? I'm gonna get him.
That one in the doorway, I think.
Okay. How do I
I
fix
love
the
this game
character
so
sheet?
much.
How do I fix the character sheet so that she's
Just add healing if you.
healing?
It's
Okay. So back to full?
No, 9.
9. Okay, got it. I think.
Okay.
I think I did it. I did it!
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, you did it.
while you're doing
All right.
that, it's Lieutenant Commander's turn. He pulls out 2 pistols, and he fires both of them. Okay, so I am still rolling disadvantage because there's a lot of smoke, and he's not bothering to... He figures a barrage is best. One of them I rolled to hit and did well. The other one not so much. That is going to be... That's a musket. No, this is pistol damage. 7 points of damage to one of them. And it's Barian's turn. Welcome to Pack Tactics, where the GM plays with all of his toys and other people watch. Barian has some spells that she can cast. Ooh. Barian casts Dispel Evil and Good. Shimmering energy surrounds and protects you from Fae, undead, and creatures originating from beyond the material plane. For the duration, Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, and Undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Actually, no. That only works on Barian, so Barian's not going to do that. Instead, Barian's just going to head forward and charge! No one has taken Barian's credit card away from her. So she rushes in, does 2 attacks, one with hooves and one with horn. The hoof attack, and Barian is not rolling disadvantage because she charged right in. That is going to be a hit. That is going to not be a hit. So the hooves hit, the horn does not, marking off that damage.
Ah, sisters, help! It isn't tamed at all. This plan looked a lot better on paper. Mother
I
Mole,
wonder
you
what
don't
happens
read
if
paper.
we put-
You can't even see anymore.
I wonder
Sorry?
what happens if we put the bridle on them. I guess it doesn't. Oh no, they said it would only work. Well, maybe it would work on. And I'll just dissect it later.
The GM is terrified. All right, Zax, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna get up. I don't know if that counts as movement.
It does count as half your
Half your
movement.
move.
It's what? Counts as your movement?
Yeah, getting up is half your movement. So your
Half
movement
your
was
movement,
30
okay.
before, it's now 15. That's not going to
Okay.
be enough to get you into the tree.
Okay.
You could double move. You could use your action to move, and that would get you into the tree, but you'd just be there and not attacking.
That's not gonna work. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do, and I'm not sure if this is gonna work because I've never used this before, but the hammer of the thunderbolts, you can throw it, and you could spend a charge to make a ranged weapon attack with the hammer, hurling it as if it has the thrown property with the normal range of 20 feet and long range of 60 feet. And then it unleashes a thunderclap audible out to 300 feet. Uh-oh, that could hurt us.
Well,
Wait
if
a
it just
minute.
says audible, then
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's true. Okay.
Loud noises!
Loud noises. The target and every creature within 30 feet must succeed a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. How far away are we?
You are 30 feet away.
So this would hit us.
So that'll hit all of us.
That's not going to work, is it? Let's see. I don't know now. I don't have anything spells because barbarian. Oh, I can rage. Let's do that.
You can rage and run in, and then wait for
Yeah.
the ability to hit things.
Let's do that. Rage and run
Okay.
in, wait for the ability to hit things. Yes.
Okay. And now if they try to strike at you, and it's something that you are resistant to because you're raging, you'll take half damage, which is useful.
Mhm.
And we're back up to the top. Zenosha, what are you up to?
all right. Well, since they don't seem to be coming out, I guess I'll move to the near and smack them with my stick, getting ready to do some more lightning damage if I hit.
Okay, so you can run in, and there's 3 hags there. The smoke is clearing, but it's if you're outside and 30 feet away, you wouldn't be able to see them very well. But once you go in, you can see them.
All right, so I attack the. I'm going to try for the one I've already hit with lightning, assuming she's closest to dead. If I can't tell, I'm just going to attack the nearest one.
You can't tell because they all look like they're very badly
Oh.
wounded, possibly from a grenade.
But I got a nat 1, so it doesn't matter.
Oh
Okay.
no.
And you're level 1, so you get 1 attack. Okay, Neri.
It's a target-rich environment through the doorway, so I'm going to
Uh-huh.
pull out my horn, and everybody who has fewer than 3 temporary hit points gets 4 temporary hit points.
Okay.
All right. The hags appreciate...
4
wait,
total?
no, they don't appreciate this at all. They're not considered
No.
allies.
Everybody on our side.
Yeah. Okay. That'll help. Cool.
That includes the lieutenant commander and Banrian.
I dare say I feel rejuvenated.
And also, nobody on our side can be frightened.
Awesome.
You have a unicorn and a giant hippo person on your side.
Yeah, and if the hags cast a frightening spell,
Well, to be fair, you also have
it doesn't
Chroma
work.
on your side, so you might still be frightened by some things. All right, Dax, you're up.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I... obviously, you can hold your action and use your reaction to do that. Can I hold my bonus action and use a reaction to do it later?
Depends on the bonus action, I would say.
Spare the dying, just in case.
I don't know why you would suggest that. Oh, yeah, I know exactly why. I'm gonna say no.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Then what I'm going to do, I am going to toll the dead on one of the hags.
Certainly.
Wisdom 12.
Huh. They are quite wise. Not that wise.
and yet,
And very wounded.
So
Yeah.
D12.
Yeah.
That is 9 necrotic damage.
It burns! It burns like burning, which is also happening. Well, fight them back, sisters. Fight them back.
Ooh. There are some nasty things that they can do.
It's a hag.
You don't
goblin.
get called hags with only night.
Okay. So, all right. So one of them casts a spell. They tap into the nightmares of a creature that they can see within range and create the illusionary manifestation of its deepest fears visible to only that creature. It must make a wisdom saving throw, and a failed save, the target becomes
Or
frightened.
become frightened.
Because they
and that's
don't
not going to
know.
work.
Because they don't know what that horn did.
Yep.
At the end of the target's turns, before the spell ends, the target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 psychic damage. On a successful save, the spell ends. So you can't become frightened, but you still need to make a save. And that's going to go for... they're going to go after Zenosha. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Remember, you get a D4 as well.
Yeah, I think I'll use that here.
You get it constantly for the next 9 rounds. On
It's
on
blessed.
every saving throw or attack is blessed.
It's a D what? 4?
D4.
And you said wisdom?
Wisdom.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
I mean,
Two
the
not
4
ones in
gave
a
you
row.
4.
Okay, so I get to roll damage. And before I rolled in chat, but I have my dice out now. So... Okay. Hold on. Math. My favorite enemy. You take 9 points of necrotic damage. Wait, no, not necrotic. It's psychic.
I don't have any resistance, so if it's 9 points, then it's 9 points regardless.
Yeah.
Thanks to the temporary hit points, I'm at 5 out of 10.
Wow.
Okay.
It's fine if you go down Grave Cleric. I can full heal yous.
I'm so
And-
glad I made that magic item.
I'm so glad you suggested Grave Cleric.
Okay. And I'm going to need Zax to make a saving throw as well
Okay.
for something different, but it's going to be wisdom.
I've rolled a 5. I don't know what it's against, but that
You
probably will help.
are... You have had hold person cast on you. You can't move.
I'm going to swear at them in Draconic.
You think it hard.
Yep.
What is the wording of hold person? Does it say paralyze?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately. And the third one is going to cast a spell on Banrian. Banrian is doing just fine. The hag swears in Draconic. I will leave it to Zax to decide whether or not that she is unnerved by the fact that the words coming out of the hag's mouth are the words that she really wanted to say right now.
Well, if she could hear him, That was the intent. So
Okay, Chroma, you're up.
All right. I am now out of spell slots, so I am going to run in, brandishing my shield and no weapon except my glove, which I am going to use to try to cast Shocking Grasp on the hag in the doorway.
Okay.
I think I have Pact Tap.
Oh, yeah, at this point
two
you
of us
definitely
are in
do.
there. So yeah.
Let's see. That is going to be a 21.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Wait, that hag had
Oh wait,
one
no,
hit
that's
point
it.
left?
That was a roll to hit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is one that is very, very bloodied in front of you that you're attacking. Roll your damage.
That's
that's
only
not as
2.
exciting. Not quite as exciting.
Chroma puts out her hand and touches the hag and does a tiny zap.
Ow! Did you scuff your feet across my carpet?
Yes!
Well, don't do it again. It's not very polite of you. You're a guest after all.
Okay, it is Lieutenant Commander's turn. He gives a mighty battle cry and charges. If he can move at least 20 feet in a straight line, that ends with 5 feet of a large or smaller creature, that creature must succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw, or take bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone. That is a 7 on the die. What's a hag's strength bonus? Ugh. Okay, so apparently hags are quite strong. So he charges in and tries to do a mighty headbutt, and he bounces off a hag. And it doesn't say anything about half damage, so he doesn't actually do any damage at all. It is Banrian's turn. Banrian's going to go for a twofer again. Not rolling a disadvantage at this point. But that was a 2 and a 5. So, okay. Zax, you may make a saving throw again to see if you can undo this hold on you.
That's a 13.
I'll say that breaks free.
All right. Can I hit him now?
I will allow it because it's coming up to 4 a.m. in Scotland.
Oh, God. That's terrible. Okay, I'm going to hit the nearest one with the Hammer of Thunderbolts. And how do I do this exactly? 5 foot reach. Damage is 2d6 plus 8, but I assume I have to roll to
So
see if
just-
I hit.
Yeah. So roll a d20.
That hits. Hold on. Okay, that's a 15.
Okay, so that's effectively a 25 without you using Bless. That's going to hit. Roll 2d6 plus 8.
Okay. One just fell on the floor somewhere. Let me try that one again. Right type of dice. Yeah, the one that fell was not even the right type of dice. All right, I have a 3 and a 2 on
A
6
3 and a 2
8.
plus 8.
Yes.
So mark that off. All right, and we're going back up to the top. Zenosha, you're there with your mighty stick.
I'm going to attack injured, and I think I get pack tactics now. So,
Mhm.
You do.
so these are going to be at plus. He's going to be at +3, but I don't remember how to roll properly with the whole thing advantage. So 15 plus 3 for 18.
You hit.
All right. So since I'm using both hands on the stick, this is my base damage, and I'm also going to be doing some lightning on top of it. So 6 base damage, and the lightning damage I get for the Staff of Lightning is another 2d6.
So I said this before, but I said this wrong because I was looking at an attack roll instead of a damage roll. But how do you want to do this?
You see that Home Alone gif I shared? Criminals being electrocuted?
Okay.
More or less that.
This is worse than a carpet!
You didn't think a hag could become more shriveled.
Wow.
And there's a smell of cooking meat, not good meat. And as soon as this horrible thing finishes off, the other 2 hags have vanished.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Are they invisible? I feel like they might be invisible.
I think they might just be retreating, but that might be my optimism.
Barian's looking around a lot and shaking her mane. And she says to Dax, because Dax is the only one who can understand her, they fled. They are not here anymore.
Cowards!
Well, maybe you should teleport back to your sanctuary, and we'll clean up here and check back with you in a bit, I guess.
Certainly.
And I just realized Banrian can't understand me, so I'm hoping Dax translated that.
It's my assumption was that Dax would translate it.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So Barian teleports away, and you don't know what's happening because Barian's teleported away, but you hear some music playing in the background that sounds kind of like da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Turns out it's one of the hag's ringtones. She left her cell phone when she fled. You open it up and say, "New phone, who dis?" None of that is true. But with this victory, basically the other two fled because as a coven, they're more powerful in groups of 3, but you killed one of them. So the other two just became exponentially weaker, and they weren't going to have any of that. So with this triumph, we'll worry about what happens next for the next session. But for night, we're going to call it a session, call it an evening. Thank you, Evan, for playing. Thank you, Evan, for listening. Tonight, I was joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Chris and Io and Jen and Ellie and Cindy and Archbeth hanging out in chat. And we should do some plugs. Chris has a podcast that is bi-weekly or fortnightly at AzerothCTC.com. Ellie has a social media network at elek.xyz. That's ELEKK.xyz. EO's mom writes books, Elizabeth-McCoy.com. Jen has a blog and podcast at bookofjen.net. The podcast includes Diablo videos. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming. Help us keep the lights on. A bunch of awesome people, including but not limited to Alice, Chris, Cindy, Ellie, and Eric. And until next time...
It's the Hag Show, starring me. I'm Hag. It's the Hag Show, and we've got lots of good guests.
Okay, that's better than what I had. Good night, everybody.
Good night.